Hello and welcome to another video in my achievement world. This is where I try to get every advancement in Minecraft. I really try to take it slow, so today we're just going to be doing some farming, some villager figuring out and trading, and adventuring in the caves. Every now and then I like to play during the night so I can get some mob loot that I don't normally get. Going to work on some farms because I found a bunch of spawners, but that will be much later on when I figure out how to make the farms. I didn't want to show off this skeleton running because I've never seen that before. Is that new? Is that like an easy mode feature? I have no idea, but it almost got me killed. One of my favorite things to do is have all the mobs come out, wait till the day, and then just kind of watch them all burn. There's something very satisfying about seeing them all die. Makes me sound kind of crazy, but you get a lot of easy loot that way. And I am all about easy loot. I also figured out how to use a campfire and got some honeycomb from the beehive, and then I also tamed a cat. I didn't realize how fast they could run, and I tried to tame it like you would an ocelot, like slowly going up to it with a fish. It was not interested in me at all, and I just kind of gave up and started chasing it around. I also made that blast furnace because I'm working on villager trading. Here you can see me wildly chase this cat around. It is not interested in me at all, and yeah, I just had to give up and just hope that I could catch it, which I eventually did. It's my first cat, and I'm very pleased with it. I put it up near the furnaces in the village. I believe one of the achievements is to have all the different cats, so I'm working my way up towards that. I also was looking at this little baby villager, and it is so cute. I think the new update makes them much cuter, with bigger heads, but I didn't have the update at that time. I also am working on a small villager breeder just so I can increase all the villagers. I think I'm going to have some free-range villagers kept within the walls of my area, and then have some that are just stuck in one place so that way I can keep track of the important trades, and then some of the other ones to just make it a fun village. I also found this so cute. The little villager was jumping on the bed, and he was having such a good time. I started clearing out this patch of land so I can build my own farm. Of course, I got distracted, and I got another cat, and I set it with my other cat. Eventually, I got back to work and I expanded the farm. This is going to be my personal farm. I'm going to create new tiny villager farms, but I don't want them in my crops. You can tell I get to the point where I'm just Googling how to deal with villagers and what their trades are and how to get their trades. You can see I'm getting some gravel for a fletching table because I saw that they have really good trades of sticks. This one had a terrible trade, 32 sticks for 1 emerald. That is so much. But I did it because I didn't know what else to do. I'm going to be working on getting a zombie. I just have to figure out how to get a name tag or a helmet on the zombies, and then I'm going to make a villager curing station, and hopefully that'll make these trades much better. I focused on getting a lot of wood so I can make a lot of sticks, so I can get as many emeralds from this guy as possible, but eventually he stopped trading with me, which was very unfortunate. I'm not entirely sure why his trades went down to 31 sticks per emerald, and it's not a big difference, so I didn't really care. And then I bought a load of iron axes because I thought it would be good to level this guy up. But now I have a lot of iron axes, and I'm not really sure what to do with them all, because that is a lot of trees. You can tell I had no idea what I was doing because I was just trading all of my sticks to this Fletcher, and then I started trading for these iron armor, and I now have 1,000,000 pairs of boots. I'm trying to get these trades so that I can get diamond tools pretty easily, and diamond armor. Not really sure how much I have to trade to get there. I'm hoping to get the villagers all cured at some point, and then I can get better trades so I can get easier emeralds, especially for the farmers and the Fletchers. I think I'm going to create a little area just for villager curing, and then I can keep all the ones that are easy emeralds in that building, just kind of contained. I also found this wandering trader, which I really liked his trades, because I'm not really sure what an open eye blossom in, but it looked cool. I just didn't want to spend money on it. I stuck him in a hole, came back, couldn't find him. I also like to observe the villagers in their nighttime rituals. I'm not entirely sure what they were arguing about, but it was just fun to see them argue. Now we get to the point where I went caving with my boyfriend. He joined me because I was terrified of going into the caves alone, and we actually found a lot of diamonds. It was quite a big cave by the village, which I was very thankful for. I did get lost a lot, but we were able to find a lot of good stuff, a lot of spawners, a lot of a lot of mobs. I was not thrilled about the amount of mobs because I'm still not the greatest at PvP. I gotta learn, just like I have to learn literally everything else in this game. But here are all the highlights of us finding diamonds and parts of the cave. I just really like going caving because I like to collect things, but it was also kind of scary with all the mobs out. My favorite is going caving with someone else, so that way they can hold my hand while I do it. And it's also better to help me in case I start dying, which I did a lot. I got overrun by a lot of mobs sometimes and nearly died, but luckily I was able to direct the mobs away from me and go hide in a corner to eat and heal up. You can see how massive this cave was. Like, it took us a while. I think I had like 2 hours of us just exploring. And this is the part where I almost died. I was having flashbacks to my first death. I was getting overrun with baby zombies. Nearly died multiple times here. They just come out of nowhere and they're so hard to hit. I was just panicking. I didn't want to die because we were so far down. There was a skeleton shooting at me. I was just bouncing backwards, praying that there was no lava. And when I panic, I just start pressing buttons and swinging wildly, forgetting the fact that you kind of have to charge the sword up. But I survived. Barely. I don't know if you saw, but I also saw a glow squid, which I really liked, and I wanted to go back and get it, but I kind of forgot where it was, or it despawned. But let me tell you, I was sweating after that fight. Like, I cannot deal with the baby zombies. They just overrun me all the time, and look, it's still here. I talked through that entire fight, and that zombie still coming back. That was like 30 seconds of a baby zombie fight. They are too powerful. But we continued into the cave, going deeper, finding more mobs, almost dying. You know, the normal. Until it was time to head back up to the surface. We found some more diamonds along the way, and I also got stuck in another zombie fight, this time with big zombies. They just know how to get me. I don't know what it is about them, but I am not good at fighting them. You can see, again, almost die here. I do the classic bounce around, but I don't really know if that's helping me or hurting me. Luckily, I did not die. I was close to death. Not as close to death as those baby zombies, because these guys are bigger and easier to hit. But yeah, almost dead. And more diamonds. We also found a spawner where I found a music disc, and I actually really like this music disc, so I was very pleased to take that back up to the surface. Of course, the trip was not over yet. As we were going back up, we found a mine shaft, and of course, a creeper waiting for us. Almost blew us up. And it just popped up out of nowhere. I panicked, of course. I need to learn to not panic, but I was like, we are so close to the surface. I want to get all this stuff home. I do not want to die. We decided to search the mine shaft, and I found a lot of cool things, like this enchanted book. Found a bunch of rails, and I also started taking all the rails that were down in there. We also found some spider spawners. We got a bit lost. Luckily, this cave was actually the mine shaft that I could see from the village. It's like maybe 100 blocks away. So we weren't too far from home, even though it felt like we had gone so far. We didn't actually go very far. You can see how happy I was to be back. We decided to tame horses, because that felt like a safe thing to do. We found a bunch of different horse armor and decided to test out which one would look best on our horses. My boyfriend chose diamond for his, and this horse that I had previously tamed got silver, which I think looked very nice. I also got a bucket with some water and decided to start getting some obsidian. I did make another advancement, and I am currently gearing up to get to the nether and also to make an enchanting table. I worked on my farm, I worked on the trades. I got way too many stone pickaxes, but that's okay. I'm gonna use them all at some point, I think. But that is it for this episode. It's just a more chill farming, villager, and mining episode. I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye!